Hi, welcome to my podcast, Talking Travel with Wendy. I travel the globe interviewing really cool people in small hospitality and tourism businesses. Join me each week as I discover and share something or someone new with you. You can find more at www.travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. Over the past year, I've had the opportunity to visit St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Not once, but twice. My friend Candy lives there, and she's introduced me to some of her friends too. She's a culture queen like me and has found some amazing places to eat on the island. I wanted to share those with you, some of her favorites and now mine too. This is from my visit this past spring. Oh my God, this is insane. Polly's at the Pier has fresh breakfast options and is a local favorite. It's popular with tourists as well, and their location could not be better. Right on the main street in Frederiksted, everyone greeted us with smiles and a hello. Polly's at the Pier has egg scrambles, veggie options, as well as juices, organic teas that were fabulous. I had the mango strawberry, and it was delicious. They also have world-class coffee too. Polly's stays pretty busy most of the time, so be prepared to wait in line to place your order, but the service is fast and friendly, and breakfast for two with fancy drinks and an extra scone, I just had to try it, it was coconut mango, was a total of about $35 plus tip. Next up is Toast Diner, which is located right off the pier in Christiansted. This little restaurant has an incredible breakfast and lunch menu. Here's a travel tip. Locals know to get there early. As a matter of fact, we were cutting it close when we got there at 7:45 when they opened at 8. There was a line already and the waitress took note and seated us according to how we arrived. When you eat in St. Croix, make sure you visit Toast at least once. Their motto is a Venezuela fare and funky diner. You just have to look at the ratings on Google Maps to see what people really think. Try an arepa. This is a breakfast sandwich filled with all different kinds of fillings. Ours had fried bananas and another had black beans and onions. They also serve hash browns your way, just like they do at Waffle House in the States. I like my hash browns that melt in my mouth, and they absolutely did. Toast is located in Christiansted and is really surrounded by lots of restaurants, so you want to make sure that you don't miss it. It's down a little alley and it's hard to find. If you see a whole bunch of people who crowd up, you're definitely going to be in front of Toast. Now let's talk about some lunch options. Sandcastle on the Beach. This restaurant quickly became one of my favorite places to eat in St. Croix. In my 2.5-week visit with my friend Candy, we dined here 3 times. The food and service are spectacular. And Chris, the owner, is the friendliest guy you'll meet on the island. Amy, Candy's friend, introduced us and we totally hit it off. Check out my blog and vlog for more information on staying at their place too. Sandcastle on the Beach is one of the prettiest restaurants in Frederiksted, and the views are just sublime. I'm super grateful to Amy when she said, you know where we need to have lunch? And let us back there time and time again. John and I also enjoyed dinner by sunset. The fans were humming above us and the waves were crashing in front of us. We definitely felt like we were in paradise. When the food arrived, it was totally amazing and our taste buds just exploded. Try the rum pound cake. You'll thank me if you do. This cake is everything you think of when you think of the Caribbean. Sweet and light and soaked in Cruzan rum. Yum. Their menu ranges between $11 and $18, and the dinner is a bit more, but it's fresh fish from the ocean and fine dining. This is typical price for the island. The views are just spectacular, and this is just another great place for lunch as well. Another great restaurant in St. Croix is Salt Great Pond. This restaurant has such a fabulous vibe that you'll find yourself there for lunch and maybe even decide to stay for dinner too. One of Candy's favorite restaurants, and it's located on the eastern shore of the island. Salt serves brunch, lunch, and dinner menus, and their menu has original recipes with a little bit of flair. For instance, they have French toast a la Elvis, which is peanut butter and banana stuffed French toast. Yeah, no kidding. When we arrived for lunch, we were delighted with our puffed calamari, brisket hash, and the belly burger. We started off, though, with an appetizer of mushrooms and Marsala onion tartines and had a really nice chilled bottle of Pinot Grigio. Check out their website for more information in the links below, how their special menus changes frequently, and Salt Great Pond also has lively weekly music and special events. Another travel tip if you're visiting Salt is to make reservation. Their website suggests this. However, if you want to make sure you get a seat, I would definitely make a reservation. If you're looking for a place to eat in St. Croix that offers a different menu, Salt is it. Incredible views and an exceptional cuisine. Okay, let's talk about dinner places. Although this first one, Rum Runners, you can have lunch there too, it just is a little crowded. Rum Runners is located right on the pier in Christiansted, St. Croix. This restaurant has just incredible views of the harbors and sailboats. There's always lots of activity going on there, as well as scuba divers. We really enjoyed our dinner with the view. The service was friendly, nice, and really quick. It's a fun fish beachy restaurant that reminds me a lot about visiting the east and south coast beaches of mainland USA. Rum Runners, of course, has specialty drinks, and the famous Rum Runner is made with the island rum, Cruzan. This place fills up quickly on the weekends, especially with tourists, and if you're down in the area for the evening, I would definitely recommend stopping in for having a special drink or even some fish. Just know that you might have to wait a little bit if you come on the weekends. However, sitting on the pier, watching the water and the boats and all the people watching isn't too shabby either. Next up, Maria's Cantina. Maria's Cantina restaurant describes itself as a fresh Southern Mexican cuisine, and it's also located in Christiansted. I would say it's Southern fare with a Caribbean twist. You could definitely taste the island influence in the menu. They definitely have tasty margaritas, and we were visiting during COVID, so masks were required and social distancing tables were set up too. While we were waiting for our table inside, we were able to enjoy our drinks outside on the patio. Indoor seating does fill up quickly, so you might have to wait, but it's no big deal. We had margarita in hand. I'm sure this was because they had to reduce the seating because of COVID, so it's probably back to normal by now. If you're craving a bit of Mexican food while you're in St. Croix, I would definitely recommend Maria's. We enjoy quesadillas, steak fajitas, guac, and cheese dip, and of course, the margaritas. They have a fun decor all around the restaurant, including a sign that says Barriga llena, corazón contenta, which I probably just killed that. But that means a full belly makes for a happy heart. Okay, this next place is not a restaurant, it's a food truck. And you know, I love me a good food truck. Nidulari. I absolutely love this eatery, especially since they serve vegan-vegetarian food. I could have eaten here every single day. Thanks to Wendy from GoToStCroix.com, who introduced me and Candy to Marin, the owner, who is a supremely talented baker and has a heart of gold. The location was a bit hard to find unless you're a local and you know where to go, so be sure to look her up on her website. The links are below in the description. Her blog is cool too. She's open Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and I would follow her on Facebook to know what the menu and the times of opening are. We were lucky enough to try several of her pastries, and Candy was able to pick up some fresh bread and eggs too. She does have a few tables available for outdoor seating behind the caravan, and it is shaded and a little bit cooler under the tree canopy. One of my favorite snacks was the beetroot hummus. This I absolutely devoured in just a few bites. So what do you think? I hope you're as excited to check out these eateries in St. Croix as I had as much fun meeting the owners and trying all the culinary delights of the island. I have even more content on St. Croix on my YouTube channel and on my website, travelwithwendy.net. Thanks so much for joining me here today and for listening to my podcast. Stay tuned next week as I share more about cool digs and places to stay on St. Croix. My podcast helps support small businesses and share authentic experiences around the globe. Remember to like, follow, and share my podcast. I'm also on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. If you're interested in traveling the world, join my private Facebook group, Travel Planning with Wendy, where I share unique tips and information with my group. Thanks for listening today. It's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.